And now to the news. Forensic investigators from the Philippine National Police began the task of identifying Typhoon Haiyan's victims. The forensic investigators say they will use three things to help identify the victims: fingerprint, dental records, and DNA. More than 100 body bags lined a cordoned area across the Tacloban City Hall. Tacloban bore the brunt of the super typhoon.
We will try our best na ma-maximize namin yung DBI, pero alam namin na hindi na namin ito kakayanin dahil marami pang sinasabi sa amin na hindi namin ma-retrieve, na mahirap i-retrieve, we're running out of time.
Aranas also says that the lack of dental records is making their job difficult, and bodies that will not be identified will be buried in a mass grave.
Officials in Tacloban, which bore the brunt of one of the strongest storms ever recorded when it slammed into the Philippines, have said the death toll could be 10,000 in their city alone.
Survivors of Super Typhoon Yolanda waited relief from the international community on Monday, November 11th. Rescue workers tried to reach towns and villages that were cut off by Yolanda, fearing the estimated death toll could jump sharply as relief efforts intensified with the help of organizations from around the world. Compounding the misery for survivors, Pag-asa said a depression is due to bring rain to the central and southern Philippines on Tuesday, November 12. President Aquino declared a state of national calamity and deployed hundreds of soldiers in Tacloban to quell looting. Tacloban's administration appeared to be in disarray as city and hospital workers focused on saving their own families and securing food. Nevertheless, relief supplies were getting into the city 4 days after Super Typhoon Yolanda turned the once vibrant port of 220,000 into a corpse-choked wasteland. The World Food Program is distributing aid to the devastated region.
The World Food Program is initially providing as part of its emergency response to the people affected by the super typhoon in the Philippines is the provision of a ready-to-eat high-energy biscuits. And this will be followed by the general food distribution of rice and other food.
International relief efforts have begun to accelerate, with dozens of countries and organizations pledging tens of millions of dollars in aid. Operations have been hampered because roads, airports, and bridges were destroyed or covered in wreckage by surging waves and winds of up to 235 miles per hour. The United Nations said about 660,000 people were displaced, and many have no access to food, water, or medicine. Mark Francisco, Eagle News.